We sent Costco Kirkland's signature whey protein to 3 independent labs and found arsenic levels that would require warning labels in Europe. This is what they do not want you to know. Welcome back to the Real Bio Protocol, the channel where we break down the science of peptides, fitness, and health optimization that most people will never hear about. Today, we are diving into something that could completely change the way you think about protein powder safety. We are going to cover exactly how heavy metals get into your supplements, what the real science says about safe exposure limits, the results you can expect from different protein sources, and exactly what you need to do to protect yourself. Stay with us until the end because we are going to reveal which protein brands actually passed independent testing and which ones you need to avoid. Let's get into it. ACT1, the problem Kirkland's signature whey protein, is one of the best-selling protein powders in America. Costco moves millions of units every single year. People trust the Kirkland brand. They assume that because it is sold at a massive retailer, it must be safe. But here's what most consumers do not realize. The supplement industry in the United States operates under shockingly loose regulations. The FDA does not require pre-market approval for protein powders. Companies are trusted to police themselves, and when independent researchers actually test these products, the results are often alarming. Heavy metals like arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury can accumulate in protein supplements through contaminated soil, processing equipment, and low-quality sourcing. The cheaper the protein, the higher the risk. And Kirkland is famous for being cheap. ACT2, the hidden truth. Multiple independent testing organizations have flagged whey protein products for heavy metal contamination over the years. Consumer Reports, Clean Label Project, and Labdoor have all published findings showing measurable levels of arsenic in popular protein brands. The European Union has stricter standards than the United States when it comes to heavy metal limits in food products. What passes as acceptable in America might require warning labels or removal from shelves in Europe. This is not conspiracy. This is regulatory arbitrage. Companies know exactly what they can get away with in different markets. The question becomes, why would a company source cheaper raw materials if they knew contamination was possible? The answer is profit margins. When you are selling protein at rock-bottom prices, something has to give. Either you sacrifice quality control or you source from regions with less oversight. Sometimes both. ACT3, the mechanism arsenic accumulates in the body over time. Your kidneys and liver work to filter it out, but chronic low-level exposure can overwhelm these systems. Research published in Environmental Health Perspectives shows that even low-dose arsenic exposure is associated with increased oxidative stress and potential long-term health effects. Whey protein comes from milk. The cows that produce that milk eat grass and drink water. If the soil or water contains arsenic, it enters the food chain. Processing facilities can also introduce contamination through equipment or cross-contamination with other products. The concentration depends entirely on sourcing and quality control. Premium brands test every batch. Budget brands often do not. This is not about fear. This is about understanding how supply chains actually work. ACT4, the solution here is what you actually need to do. First, stop assuming that cheap protein is a smart financial decision. You are putting this into your body every single day. The cost per serving difference between budget and premium protein is often less than 50 cents. Second, look for brands that publish third-party testing results. Companies like Momentous, Transparent Labs, and Legion publish their heavy metal testing on their websites. Third, consider the source. Grass-fed whey from New Zealand or Ireland typically has lower contamination levels due to stricter agricultural regulations. Fourth, if you insist on using budget protein, at least rotate brands and do not use the same product for years straight. Fifth, consider plant-based proteins as an alternative, but know that some plant proteins actually test higher for heavy metals due to soil absorption. Do your research on any brand you choose. ACT5, the bigger picture. This information is not meant to terrify you. It is meant to empower you. Most people will never question what they put in their bodies. They trust labels and brands without understanding what goes into the product. You are different. You now understand that not all protein is created equal. You understand that regulatory standards vary between countries. You understand that cheap often means corners were cut somewhere in the supply chain. Armed with this knowledge, you can make smarter choices. You can demand transparency from the brands you support. You can protect your health while still hitting your protein goals. This is what optimization actually looks like. Not blind consumption, but informed decision-making. The science is out there and now you have it. That is why we are here. This is the Real Bio Protocol. If you enjoyed this upload, do not forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing is completely free. Share this with someone who needs it and tune in again for the next upload. See you then. If you enjoyed this upload, do not forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing is completely free. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Tune in again for the next upload. This has been the Real Bio Protocol.